I am a control freak. Oh boy, wonder where this video is gonna go. This is what I've been told. I've been told for the most part, the last 15 years or so, that I'm a control freak, that I'm very, very manipulative, especially according to my girlfriend. And it's because of this, me being a control freak, I've been able to get pretty much anything I want. I am very, very good at manipulating people. And the reason why I'm good at this is because I've studied persuasion, psychology, human nature. I've studied books like 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction. I read The Game by Neil Strauss. I've read all these pickup books. I've read all these sales books. I've read direct response marketing books. I've read all of these things to where it's given me some type of control in my life to where I could control situations, interactions. I could control how people see me. And this is probably one of the reasons why I've probably had a hard time making YouTube videos, because this is like my sixth or seventh channel, to where when I first started YouTube channels, I always used to try to script every single thing out. I wanted to control my image. I wanted to make sure I knew the exact right thing to say, which is probably why I was very, very good at sales as a personal trainer. I'm very, very good at sales because I used to script everything out, write everything out. I knew how to ask questions. I knew how to build rapport with people. I knew how to get to people's deepest, darkest secrets, especially as a trainer. And when I'm able to do that, I'm able to make people feel guilty to the point where they have no choice but to buy personal training from me. And it's the same thing with relationships. I have friends that actually stay away from me because they say sometimes it's hard to interact with me because usually I know how to get my way. And I have my boys who keep their girlfriends away from me because they know if I start talking to their girlfriends, more than likely I'm going to say something about them that they don't want the girlfriend to know. And it's really, 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 really funny. But at the same time, I like having control. But as I get older, I realize how much control I don't have. And because of that, for years, I suffered with anxiety. It got really, really bad because if I couldn't control a situation, either I would try to run away from it or I would try to fight with it. And especially if I found somebody that was more witty, more crafty than me when it came to persuasion or could control a situation or who had a higher status than me or whatnot. And I'm doing my best now, especially since 2020, learning how to let go of control, but it's tough. And I know it's tough because, I just got done doing a hour-long meditation. It was a guided meditation. It was called a samadhi meditation, where the guy was basically instructing me to just observe and notice the breath. And what he was saying was, do not try to control the breath, just witness the breath. And the meditation was about an hour long, and I'm laughing because I couldn't do it. It was like I was doing my best to just let it happen, but I felt like I was controlling it. And it took me about 25 minutes until I finally was able to just observe the breath, where I allowed the breath to just happen all on its own. And once I got to that point, maybe 40 minutes in, so around 25 minutes in, I was able to start doing, but at about 40 minutes, it started to feel really, really nice. I was like, wow, I was really able to let go and just allow things to happen. And this is something I've been practicing the last 4 or 5 years where I just let things happen. I let go of things. Now it's really, really hard because I've been controlling things for maybe 30 years of my life. I'm 35 now. But the last 5 years I've been learning to let go. And this is what I've actually been teaching clients and people that I work with, how to let go. And the reason why I've become so obsessed with it is because I'm learning about it and I'm experiencing it and I'm doing it. And I don't want to be that guy where people stay away from me or people keep other people away from me, because I am very good at noticing patterns. I am very good at speaking to a person Like I'm the type of person that's really, really good at meeting you, and within 15 minutes, you're telling me your deepest, darkest secrets or things you've never told anybody else. And my problem is when I listen, because I'm really, really good at listening and observing, which is weird because you would think I'm a control freak. But what you find out more and more about communication, especially in sales, is you have two ears and one mouth. So when you listen, when you become a really, really good listener, you actually control the interaction. So that's the secret most people don't know. When you listen, when you learn to really, really listen, like get outside of yourself and just observe the person and listen to what they're saying. My problem is I remember everything. I remember everything. And then months from now, I could use what you told me, and I don't do it on purpose. I don't mean to hurt people. I could use that, what you told me, your deepest, darkest secrets. And I don't do it on purpose, but I could use that to like kind of throw it in your face to make you think twice about doing whatever it is you're trying to do. And a lot of times, this is, in my opinion, for their benefit, but it's still fucked up. And because I always try to look at things as a win-win situation. If I get you to do something because I use something that you told me about 3 months ago to motivate you or to make you feel some type of pain to get you to actually do it, I feel like it's serving the person. Now, I could just be telling that to myself, but I feel like we all need those kind of friends or those, type of people in our lives that's going to tell people the truth, tell people what they need to hear as opposed to what they want to hear. Because we all have friends that just tell us what we want to hear. And for some reason, I'm not that guy. I would like to learn to just be a chill guy. Like I've been seeing a lot of memes lately, like where I remember the Thanksgiving just passed, where it's like, you trying to be cool with your family without bringing up a conspiracy theory, because I'm the guy that will bring up like tough conversations or conspiracy theories, weird topics that nobody wants to talk about. Sometimes people just want to talk about sports and daily events. Me, I'll bring up politics, or I'll bring up, some controversial thing where it'll rally, it'll create a little tension within the family. And then I could also learn to control the situation. But I don't want to be that guy no more. I want to learn how to let go and stop trying to control things, which is why a lot of the times I have a hard time making these videos, because I just want to learn how to get on here and just speak to the camera, just talk, just share my experience. And a lot of times it's in my nature to try to look good, try to control things. Like I purposely try to do things that, kind of make me look weird. Like, one of the things is my lips are usually chapped when I come on here. And my girlfriend, she's been getting on me. Can you at least put some chapsticks on your lips when you get on the camera? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to do that because I'm trying to learn how to let go. But what I want to do real quick is share with you some things that I've been doing lately to learn how to just let go. And one of the things I've been learning is I'm learning to stop thinking and just observe what's going on around me. And one of the things I keep saying to myself is that the environment is made up of 99.9% empty space. Even your body, your physical body, my hand, my face, everything is made up of empty space. We all know an atom, which what we're made up of, is 99.9% of an atom is empty space. So for me, one of the things I'm really learning is just to look at a thing, observe it, not have any thoughts, not have any judgments, sit back, observe it, and don't expect nothing of it. And I'm learning to do the same thing with people, which has increased my ability to hold on to a relationship or to keep a relationship. And I use the word hold on because a lot of times as a control freak, I try to hold on. And the more you try to hold on to something, the more likely people just move away from you. The more you try to control something, the more it moves away from you. So this is what I'm learning to do, is I'm really, really learning to let go. And when I learn to let go and release, live from a state of release, being more objective, just witnessing reality, becoming more interested in the moment as opposed to trying to manipulate the moment to make it more interesting. Because that's usually what I try to do. Usually, what I try to do is I try to manipulate the moment in front of me to make it suit my needs. Where now, I'm just learning to sit back, observe it, become interested in it, as opposed to making the moment interesting. So that's one trick I'm doing is I'm just learning to observe things. Realize that everything is just empty space. Another thing I keep doing is I keep telling myself that this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Like right now, I could be having thoughts about making this video and how people are gonna react to me, what people are going to think. Is this gonna hit? I could literally sit down and try to write out bullet points and try to stay on topic. And I could just think like I'm gonna try to control this video. This video needs to be good. And the more I want this video to be good, the more tense I become and the worse I end up performing. So what I'm learning to do now is just say, yo, this doesn't matter. Like right now, my girlfriend, she just came out and she's going into the bathroom, right? I could say, oh my God, she got the water going on. Like, why couldn't she wait? But I told her, like, I'm just gonna make a video and I don't care what happens. So I'm learning more and more when I get on here that this does not matter. The problems that you have more than likely does not matter. You gotta learn to be indifferent to things. Just go like this. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. And another thing you gotta realize too is we are on a spinning rock. This is something Michael Singer says from The Untethered Soul. We're on a spinning rock. There's a great big ball of fire in the sky. We really, 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 really don't know why we're here. You know, there's theories. There's a God, religion. They tell us why we're here. We're here to experience life. We're here to evolve. Whatever it is. But the truth is we really don't know. We could be in a simulation. I just watched a Joe Rogan interview with a guy named, I think his name was Thomas Campbell, saying we might be in a simulation. We don't know why the hell we're here. So in that case, the fact that the world is such a mysterious place, there's no need to figure it out. That's a quote from The Way of the Peaceful Warrior from Dan Millman, right? The world is a mysterious place. There's no need to try to figure everything out. So that's the second thing I'm doing. I'm indifferent. I'm learning to become more and more indifferent. The third thing I'm learning to do is to do less. What do I mean by that? Not actually do less, but do less things. Do more of one thing and realize that the rest of the stuff doesn't even matter. Like the 80-20 rule. We all know, we're starting to understand that 20% of your actions gets 80% of the results. Now, I know this logically, but emotionally, sometimes it's hard to do. Like me, I just went to the gym earlier today, and I'm starting to really build up my physique really, really nicely to the point where I'm like, wow, I'm not even doing that much. All I'm doing is the main things that actually work. I'm not trying to do all of the small things. Like I used to go to the gym, and I used to spend an hour and a half in the gym doing all of these little extra things. But now I'm sticking to like 5 things. I know I gotta push something, I gotta pull something, I gotta squat something, I gotta pick something off the floor, and I gotta carry something. And I just do those 5 or 6 things, and I'm done. And I just add a little bit more weight to it, or I do a couple of extra reps, and it's actually kind of boring, but the results is crazy. How is it that I'm doing so much less and I'm pretty much getting the same results when I used to spend 90 minutes into the gym? So that's another thing that I'm doing. I'm just learning to do less, but actually more of the things that actually matter, as opposed to trying to control every single detail. And I decided to make this video because I feel like more than likely, if you clicked on this title, you're a control freak and you want to learn to let go. And we all understand logically that we should just give up control. Control the things you can control, but everything else you don't need to control. Because today I was at the gym, and I live in New York. And New York is a very blue city. I just remember going to the gym, and I'm just looking at people, and they're all watching the inauguration with Donald Trump. And the mood is just, it's kind of sour. People are anxious. People are pissed. just saw something with Elon Musk that everybody's like, oh, he probably did a Nazi salute. And then I did hear him say, though, I'm giving you guys my heart, but people are taking it as he's saluting like a Nazi. Maybe, maybe, but people are freaking out. It's like, oh, you get what you voted for. But the idea is you can't control this shit. You can't control it. And for you being so upset that there's a new president in town, why? Why? We're going to die one day. You're not going to be thinking about this when you're on your deathbed. Learn to just give up control. And I'm learning. And it's fun. It's making my life more fun. It's more interesting. And the reason why my life is more interesting is because I'm interested. I'm becoming interested in the moment. Like I said earlier, I used to try to manipulate moments. I tried to manipulate everything to suit what I wanted. And I never got what I wanted like that. Because I was never happy. Even when I got what I wanted, I still wasn't happy. I was still upset. And when I got what I wanted, what I found was now I had a fear of losing it. And I think that's what my girlfriend means when she used to say that I was very controlling, I was very manipulative. Because I love my girlfriend very, very, very much, to the point where I try to hold on to her. I don't want to let her go. I don't want to lose her. And it's the fact that I put that tight grip onto her, she's more likely to move away. Now, when I say this, understand that I'm not as bad as most people when it comes to dudes in a relationship. Nowhere near as bad as most guys, because my girlfriend has way more freedom than most people, most women. But I do these subtle things where I do try to manipulate situations to suit my needs, which is really, really wrong. But I'm learning to let go. I'm learning to release. And these are certain ways that I'm learning to do so. It's just learning to be more indifferent, learning to just let go, sit back, relax, observe the moment, become interested in the moment, stop trying to manipulate the moment. And I recommend, if you have this problem, to do the same thing. Just learn to get out of your head, observe what's going on around you. Don't make any judgments. Just observe. Realize that this is just all empty space. We don't know why we're here. We're going to die one day. This doesn't really matter. Stop trying to control things. Live from a state of release. And when you learn to release more, you learn to enjoy life more. So that's my message for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like. If you have anything you want to say, please comment in the comment section below. Also, share this with a friend who also might be a control freak just like me. Maybe we could build up some rapport or something. And also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. Peace.